Okay, once again, we're looking at final exam revision at Unit 4. We have a lot of acronyms, a lot of words in this unit, and sometimes it's difficult to identify all of these. So let's go ahead and look at some of these. If you have NI, NI stands for net income. This is also known as your profit or your loss. This is after everything is taken into account. How much do you have at the end of the day in your pocket, or how much do you owe? So if the net income is equal to 0, we have a loss. Okay, well, the term loss means that you owe something. Well, if you owe nothing, do you have a loss? And the answer is false. Now, if the net income is equal to 0, you also don't have a profit. That is called the break-even point. Okay, when TR is greater than TC, we will have a profit. Okay, TR stands for total revenue. TC stands for total cost. So if we have a greater revenue than we have cost or expenses, will we have a profit? Okay, well, we're going to go back to this other chart that we drew earlier. We know that if the total revenue is greater than the total cost, we have a profit. Therefore, if we look back at this question, it says when the total revenue is greater than the total cost, we have a profit. So this is, in fact, true. The unit contribution margin is defined as the difference between the selling price and the unit variable costs. Okay, well, the unit contribution margin method is one of the things that we studied. And we know that we're able to find the break-even point by subtracting the selling price and the unit variable cost, and then subtracting the fixed cost from that. So that is actually how it is defined in the equation. So this is true. Now, the last thing we're going to be looking at is slopes. Okay? The slope of the following equation, TC equals 23Q plus 100. Now, this 23 is the buying cost for the item. So we have the buying cost times the quantity plus a fixed cost. So the slope of the following equation is 100. Well, no, that's false, because the slope of the following equation is 23. So therefore, this is false. The slope of the following equation, TC equals 15Q plus 120. Now remember, this is the buying cost, the quantity, also known as the unit variable cost, so please make sure you're aware of that. The unit variable cost times the quantity plus the fixed cost. The slope of the following equation, TC equals 15 plus Q, is 15. Okay, that's right. So this is true because 15 is your slope. Okay, the slope of the following equation, TR equals 40 Q. Okay, well, is 0? Well, we have nothing added here, but we know in this case the slope is the amount of change as it affects quantity. Therefore, the slope is actually 40, so we know that this is false. So that's a little bit about slope in these units.